Greetings and welcome. I am so happy to have us this evening, this morning, depending with where you are joining us from. I am excited that you are here and you are here to learn. Thank you so much. I can see you, Cecilia. I can see you, Grace. I can see you, Jen. I can see you, Leah. And I can see you, Mercy, Rachel, and Rebecca. You are very, very much welcome. Dr. Sarah Waitiki, welcome. I don't know that it's Sarah Waitiki. Karibu sana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think we can start. We can start. Can see all of us. So we are ready to start. Allow me to share again. Yes. So today it's the I am leading book club meeting season 19. We have had 3 books that we have been reading this season. The first one, we did the book by Indra Nui, My Life in Full, and here we were checking to see the CEO identity as a woman, as a mother, as a wife in a marginalized community, and we were able to see how to ignite that identity. Then we did the diary, the law of a CEO, the diary of a CEO, and we had several laws that we shared last month. So today we are reviewing another book, and my speakers are going to tell you which book, but for now, let me introduce the theme of this meeting, the multiplier effect unlocked. And today we want to say that we are winning by design. We are winning by design. Success does not just happen. There is a design. There is a formula for success. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I can see now the book club members are joining. Kindly tag a friend who is not in the house, and so that we can start all of us together. All right. So where are you joining us today from? Let's see. Kindly share in the chat where are you joining us this evening, this morning, this afternoon. Where are you joining us from? Kindly share that in the chat. Let's see so that we know we are all here. Welcome. The multiplier effect unlocked. Because there is a multiplier, something that multiplies results in our lives. And that is what we are going to unlock today in this I Am Leading Book Club meeting, because we only win by design. Jen is joining us from Nairobi, thank you. Mercy also from Woodley area, Nairobi. Grace is joining us from Kisumu, and she is with Natecho. Amazing, amazing. Welcome, ladies. Who else is in the house? And where are you joining us from? Yes, let's see. Tag a friend to join us so that we start all of us. Rachel Mutoi is joining us from Kikuyu. Cecilia from Mwambani wa Pwani, Mombasa. Uko kwenye raha. Yes. Rebecca, amazing. She's joining us from Nairobi. Irene Joash, you are joining us from Nairobi. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I can see most of us are from Nairobi. Thank you for those who are out of town, and yet you have managed to be here. So let's start this conversation, as even the others will keep on joining us. The multiplier effect unlocked. This is super, super amazing. And you can see from that photo that I have there. I don't know why I can't see myself, so I'll just continue I'm talking, I can't see myself. So the multiplier effect unlocked, you can see there's a lock there. And that lock cannot open unless you know the code. And not only knowing the numbers, but you must know them in the exact pattern that they are in. If it is 2213, there's no way you can start with 3122. It could be the same numbers are the ones that unlock, but they must be in the right sequence, the right pattern. So that's what we find today. Many women leaders out there, leading as mothers, leading as wives, leading at the marketplace. We have the secrets to all this. We have the keys to success. But have we put them in the right order? Because unless they're in the right order, then we cannot unlock. We cannot unlock these results. Loice tells me she's joining us from Nairobi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, so you can see that possibility that if you don't have the numbers, the code in the right order, then we are not able to unlock. So the multiplier effect needs to be unlocked, and that's what we are going to unlock today. What makes you to have multiplied results in your life? And the only way that can be is by, you can only be successful by design. So there is a design, a pattern for you to follow. And this evening, I am so excited because this conversation will take us there. I've been trying to check whether the speakers are in the house. I've not been able to manage to get all of them, but at least I can see one of them is in the house, Jen, so that I know how to allocate this. Welcome, Wanjiku. We are mentioning where we are joining from. Sema hello kwa chat. Let us know that you are here. Yes, so that's where we are beginning this evening. When we talk about multiply, what comes to mind? And this reminds me of a scripture. It reminds me of a scripture, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 10. It says, now may he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food supply and multiply the seed you have sown. And this is so good that if you have a seed, and you have a seed, and God is saying that He can actually multiply that. So this brings in the aspect of multiplication, that you can have a seed and it can multiply into much more. And here it says about increasing the fruits of your righteousness. So the seed brings in a harvest, the seed brings in a bountiful harvest. So you plant one seed, but it produces so much more. And that's why we are talking about not just 1 plus 1, that is equal to. No, we're not talking about addition. We are talking about multiplication. And I think we have read that from the book, and we are able to see how that applies in our lives. So we're not talking about addition, although we shall just do an addition just to see, to demonstrate how this works. But it's not about addition. In this space and this time, we're talking about multiplication. This is the multiplier effect. It's something that multiplies our results, not just adds, but multiplication. Talking about exponential increase, not just increase, but exponential increase. Ladies, we are talking about expansion. So we are asking ourselves where we are. First day of July, by the way, happy new month. First day of July, first. And you are checking and auditing your life since January 1st, 2025 to 1st July 2025? Have you increased? And if you have increased, how has that increase been? Is it an addition or is it a multiplication? And I want us to discuss this in the chat so that I can know that we are together. So kindly put in the chat, do you think you have grown exponentially in increment, or you have just gone step by step, small? It is not exponential. Whichever way, it is okay. We are here to learn and to be better versions of ourselves. So where do you think you are in terms of increase? Do you maybe out of 10, where would you put, which number would you put out of 10 to show that you have increased since January? Have you expanded since January? Are you in the same, doing the same things that you have been doing since January, and you've not made up your mind to do something else? So that is the discussion. Kindly let me see in the chat, out of 10. Have you made any increase? Have you expanded? Let me see that in the chat so that we can see. Yes. Oh, Jen says she has seen herself grow. Out of 10, she thinks she's at 8. Amazing. I can also concur with you, Jen, that you are no longer the woman who joined the book club then. I have seen your consistency. Seriously, you have grown, you've gone through so many things in life, but you have been persistent and you have been consistent. Thank you so much for sharing. Who else wants to share in the chat? Out of 10, where do you think you are? This, we are doing an audit. Dr. Jen Olisa says, I have expanded. Yes, exponentially. Woo! Yes, especially in my mind. I give myself 7 out of 10. Amazing. Joining from Nairobi. I also agree with you, Jen. Wow, where we were. You could not even wake up at 5 a.m. and now you attend coaching classes on Saturday mornings after work at 5 a.m. That is exponential growth. Amazing, amazing. This is so, so nice. Who else wants to declare to the world, where do you think you are this far? Remember, it's a personal journey. We cannot be the same. Everybody has their own path. So where are you? Have you amplified yourself? Has there been acceleration? You know, when we talk about acceleration, you're moving, ta, 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 ta. Yes, that is it, Mercy Micah. Amazing. Because that's where you have been. Looking at you, I have seen acceleration where you were many years ago. That's not the same place you were. Amazing, amazing. Wow. Wanjiko says she has also grown in the last 6 months. Step by step in the past 6 months. Amazing, and I concur with that. Grace, I have grown in my faith, in my emotions, wow, and in my thought processes, and in the steps to better my life. Acceleration, wow. Wow. Do you know what acceleration means? Acceleration means if you were to reach that the finish line within 1 hour, then when you accelerate, you take less hours. You take 30 minutes, for example, 45 minutes. That means you have collapsed timelines. That means things that you thought you were not able to achieve in good time, you have been able to do. And I've seen that with Mercy. Mercy went to do a master's. If you read in the Ignite book, she gave me an endorsement and she told us about the things she had started to do. Then I saw her accelerate it. Immediately she registered for her master's program and she is on course. Oh my goodness. Rachel says, I rate my growth in mindset, emotions and showing up for myself better. Amazing, Rachel. This is so good. We're talking about multiplication means excellence. That means we will not do things the way we have always been doing. There will be change. People will see we are going the extra mile. People around you will realize, this is not the woman who was here in January. Something has changed. Because excellence is in the details. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. The multiplier effect unlocked means multiplication, and this means abundance. There is multiplication. It cannot be the same. It is not usual, things as usual, the way you have been doing them. It cannot be the same results that you had in January, that they're the same ones that you are already having right now. No, 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 no. There is exponential increase, and that's what we are going to see. There is expansion. You remember the prayer of Jabez, that you may expand me, expand my territories. When if you are just operating in Mombasa, you start operating in Nairobi, you go to Kisumu. Yes, that is expansion. Then now when you move beyond the territories within your country, now you start having global presence. That is expansion. Amplification. When you were not able to speak, you didn't have a voice. You didn't know what your purpose in life was. You didn't know what is it that you are born to do in this world. Then now, I like the way Cecilia says, I've expanded my finances, I have grown spiritually, and my reading habits, yes, have exponentially increased. That is it. Now you know you are focused. The way those results are amplified, they cannot be localized. There is growth, there is expansion. Yes, there is the story of becoming amazing. Yes, acceleration, excellence, abundance. That more is still coming. There's no end to it. That's an abundant woman. Wow, that's amazing, amazing, amazing. So 2 Corinthians spoke to me. He who supplies the seed to the sower and bread for food, may he supply and multiply the seed that you have sown today, this evening. I am so excited because you are out here for an exponential increase. Amazing. Welcome those who are joining us. And look at that fruit tree there. You can see that fruit tree. Only one seed was planted. Only one orange seed was planted. But look at this. The potential of a seed. The potential of a seed. And that seed could be a habit. That seed could be a choice that you are making between this month, July and December. You can produce this kind of results because you have seeds of greatness within you. And this again works together with this scripture. Ephesians 3:20 is a scripture that is always in my vision board every January as I do my visioning. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly. Exceedingly, you have exceeded. He can do exceedingly more than what I had put for him to do. Abundantly, more than enough, above, more than all that I ask or think. Some versions of the Bible say, imagine. So you can imagine the way I can imagine. I go to a visualization and I'm imagining and I'm thinking that is the very best. Then the word of God comes and tells me that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that I ask. Even what I ask, he can do abundantly. But the question is, even what are you asking in the first place? Have you asked? Because most of the times we complain, we are in this roller coaster, but we are not asking. And the Bible also says we do not get because we do not ask. But even now, look at this. It's saying, even when I have asked, God will not just grant me what I have asked. He will go above. He will exceed my expectations. He will supply all my needs abundantly. It will be above, not below. It will be above all that I ask or think. Why? Because he's got the power. So that is the power we are talking about today, the potential of a seed. And we are saying one seed planted, one habit planted, one choice implemented can create this abundant bumper harvest. That is the potential of a seed. So have this in mind even as we listen to the various speakers. I hope they're in the house. I've not been able to see most of them. Okay, yes, but I can see the first speaker is there, so we are good. That is great. So that is the potential of a seed. And every seed has that potential within it. So even you, as a woman listening to me this evening, you have that ability, that power is within you. And this power is already within you. It's not that you are going to get it. It is a remembering. It is a recognition. You know, like the way the Wazungu came and told us, oh, we have discovered Mount Kenya. But it was always there. It's just the access. We had not labeled it. We had not known where it is, but it was already there. There was nothing new. So that potential is already within you. You are already designed for accomplishment. These results that you are talking about today, you are already designed for that. And I look at that because, for example, if I'm holding this glass, it's already designed. You see it as an handle. I can take whatever beverage I'm taking from it. I can even view. It's already designed that way. It doesn't have to do anything more. You are already engineered for success. So that engineering is already, that is means the wiring in and there. You already have a mind. That is your spirit. You already have a soul. You have a body. Everything is connected one to the other. You are already engineered for success. Yani, you are only meant to go that way. But why don't we do that? So once we answer that, then we start unlocking the multiplier effect. So you are already endowed with those seeds of greatness. And we've talked about seeds of greatness have potential. Seeds of greatness have potential to be great. That's why they are seeds of greatness. And this evening, today, we are saying, you got this. You got this already. I don't know whether you are happy to hear that, whether you are excited. If that is the case, kindly say, yes, in the chat. I got this. I got this. Kindly put that in the chat. Let's move. Let's move. Let's move together so that we build energy. Wherever you are, kindly share in the chat. Welcome, Cynthia. Welcome, Ann Kinywa. Oh, my speaker, Dr. Grace Ndungu, is already in the house. I'm happy now. I'm settled. Jen Joki, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jean Chebet, you've been very consistent. Welcome. Lucasia Nyawira, welcome, welcome, welcome. Rose Achieng, the golden diadem is here. Karibu sana, Sarah Wayaki, Dr. Sarah Waitiki, and Wanjiku. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kindly call in your other sisters. Let them join the book club members. Yes. So, yes, Cecilia says, I got this. Wanjiku says, I got this. Yes. Irene says, I got this. And Kenya says, I got this. Jen, I got this. Mercy, yes, yes, I got this. That is the attitude, ladies. You already have it. It's not something you are going to get. It's not, It's already here. That is the amazing thing and the work God has already done. That's why God can speak with confidence that I am able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you ask, you think, or imagine. That's why he has that confidence, because you already engineered. When he created you, he put all that resourcefulness within you. But what prevents us from being resourceful? What prevents us from unleashing that inner fire that is already within us? Are we in the space today, after finishing season 19, after completing season 19 of the book club? Are we now in a space where we can say, I am ready to ignite new possibilities? Because that's where we should be. Because it's a remembering that I'm already whole. I don't need any fixing. I'm not broken in the first place. It's just a remembering. It's just a recognition. It's just knowing that, oh, yeah, it's uncovering what was covered. It's just uncovering and realizing, these shoes I've been looking for. Kumbe, they have been here all this time. That is it. But you need a spark. And that's why this webinar is a spark for you to realize and recognize that you are meant for more, and that you can jumpstart every area of your life. You can just jumpstart your income. You can jumpstart your life, your relationships, your money, your success. It is a possibility. Are you ready for new possibilities? Say, I am ready in the chat. Say, I am ready, born ready all the time. Because it is already within you, born ready. Let's see that in the chat. I am ready, I'm born ready. That is the attitude that we have as we complete season 19. That all the time I am ready. And I love this because you ladies have demonstrated that. You are already ready. You are saying season 20, I am ready, I am in. Jen Joki says, I'm ready, I was born ready. Yes, that's who you are. And the moment you start recognizing that, the moment you start accepting, because it's already there, there's nothing that we are going to fix. You start unlocking the multiplier effect in your life. Wanjiku says, yes, I am born ready. That is the attitude. Mercy Micah says, I am ready, born and designed for it. And what are the results, Mercy, in your life? I need to have a conversation with you in the Ignite Possibilities show because you have really conquered the barriers. And I'm so happy for you. Yes, good. So let's see the multiplier effect, and let's start with just doubling, not even multiplying, just doing double. Just doing double. Grace says, ready. I am ready. Yes. Suppose I gave you 10 bob this month of July. Today, I give you 10 bob. By tomorrow, 2nd July, nothing much to excite you, really, because you'll just have gained another 10 bob on top. Very tiny, just a 10 bob. I think even my son, if I gave him that 10 bob on day 2, you'll not even be feeling as if I've given him something. And by the end of the week, day 7, you can see, is just 640. Really? Is this a wise investment? That's how we would ask ourselves. But look at this. This number keeps on doubling. Remember, it's a small seed, but we have talked about the potential of the seed is within it. Look at this. By the time is a half the month, already we have good money, 163. But I want you to watch from that time. Look at the doubling effect, not even multiplying. Look at the doubling effect from day 15 to day 30. It's amazing. It's exponential growth. I hope you're able to see that. We have now big monies. I don't know what is that. It's $1 billion now. Just because we are doubling that number every day, just doubling every day. And I want us now to think about our habits, about our choices, about our decisions that we make on a daily basis. Because the opposite of this is also true. You can deplete from that 5B to a 10 bob. You can start very well, but every day as you have the bad, negative habits, you can deplete your potential. But we want to focus now on the potential that we have. That within a month of just doubling the figure that we get, we can get these exponential results. Because those results from a simple 10 bob, doubled every day, you end up with 5.3 billion shillings at the end of day 30. Amazing, amazing. I looked at it, I was not so sure, but I kept on checking, and I was like, wow, that is it. That is it. Because the figure you get, you double it. Now imagine if your life was like this, exponential growth. Every day, simple habits, simple that you don't even think about them so much. Then you keep on adding something every day. You may not even double it. It could just be a small increase. But look at it over time. It produces exponential results. That's what we are talking about, ladies. That I am in for exponential results. And that's what we are talking about. Small actions. Done how? Not once in a while, but done consistently. They multiply into massive results. Small actions. We're not talking about big actions. We're talking about small actions, like the 10 bob, but done consistently. And I want you to underline consistently, because that's where the multiplier effect is. It's not once in a while, ladies. It is consistently. There is a pattern to it. Because people would come, coach, I've been doing this, I've been doing this. Then we go back and audit. Have you been doing it consistently? Oh no, there was rain, I could not walk. Oh, it is cold now, it's in the month of July, I cannot be outside. Oh, that is not consistent. But small actions done consistently multiply. What happens? Multiply into massive results. So what are we saying? You don't need to do more. You only need to do one thing repeatedly. You just need to do one thing repeatedly. That is amazing. Very good information. Yes. Now, let us see, ladies, if we multiplied the same. I tried doing it and it said, oh, what is that? That is 1 million shillings. I've never heard of that word before. It's an explosion. It's exponential results. When you come to the spirit, the anointing of multiplication, then this means that you're not thinking small anymore. Remember, I've not talked about the actions. I've talked about the thought process. because you must have big thinking. And there's a book we read, members of the book club, I think it was by John Maxwell, The Types of Thinking or something. And there was strategic thinking, big picture thinking. That is a kind of thinking. When you are not just looking at it as just habits that you do every day, but you have a mental thought process that takes you to know that I'm doing this for a bigger cause. I'm doing this for my health. I'm doing this for my wellness. I am investing this money, not just for me, but for my children, for the generations. Then that becomes big thinking. That becomes bold decision making. That is not just for me. Now, leadership moves you from yourself to move to the next level where now you are impacting. That's why we say at Blue Waters Coaching, we inspire, we influence. Inspire, we may just do that to one individual, like this woman who is seated in this class. But that's not enough. When we influence, then you start the influence process. You refer someone else to join the book club. You tell them, come and see there's a webinar here. You're not just growing alone. You are growing with others. That is influence. Then now you move to impact, where now it's about the community, it's about other people, it's about the global village, not just where you are in that kibanda, which is situated in one space. Now you start scattering the boundaries. You start thinking about your impact at a higher level. You become an abundant woman. You start scaling, not just staying at the same space. Big thinking, bold decisions. And this cannot be done without faith. So you also don't need little faith here. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in the God that promised you those exponential results. So what if you multiplied then? We have talked about addition, adding, and doubling it. But what if you multiplied? Then it becomes an explosion. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this so that you start building a mental picture. When we talk about exponential results that we talked about as we started, that exponential increase, we said it's not just any increase, it's exponential. It's about expansion. When something has expanded, it cannot be in the same space that it was before. Something changes. It's about amplification, that now you're no longer just there. Your voice can be heard, and your voice means that you are purpose driven. You have clarity about why you are in this earth. Why were you born? That's the only way you can amplify your voice. That's the only way you can accelerate, when you are crystal clear about what you want. And the question I keep on asking is, what do I want? And most of the time, what do I receive? People tell me what they don't want. No, what do you want? That's a very powerful question. What do I want exactly? And that's how we move. That's how we accelerate, when you are crystal clear about the things you want. When you are wishy-washy, when you are neither here or there, I am not sure, I don't know, then you don't move. But the moment you are crystal clear, then something starts happening. And you've noticed that we've talked about focus. We've talked about clarity. Because that is the only way. You remember the magnifying glass? The only way it can burn a paper is when you focus all the rays together. So you can't be here, there, everywhere, helter-skelter, north, south, everywhere, and expect good results. You must focus. I have seen ladies who have come to the book club and they're not settled. They are here, they are doing this, they are doing this, they are doing this. At the end of the day, they don't grow. So let's have the spirit of excellence. The spirit of excellence is the spirit of multiplication. because we go to the tiny details to redefine who we are and how we show up in the world. Abundance, more than enough. There's no end to it. There's no competition. These are not the red waters. These are the blue waters where there is abundance. There is depth. There is height. There is expansion all around us. That is the only place where we can unlock the multiplier effect. So, as I think now it's already 7:30. I've taken more time. So what am I saying? Consistency, ladies. Consistency. If we join season 20, let's be consistent. That's the only way we can unlock. When you start reading books, be consistent. I want you to put that in the chat. I'll be consistent in season 20. When I start working out, I will not work out once in a while. I'll be consistent. When I start focusing on myself and say every month I am going for a spa retreat for myself, I'll be consistent. When you start working on whatever goal you are in, I want you to promise yourself, starting this July is a new month, new. It's a canvas. You can do anything that you want, that I'll be consistent. Because to be successful, you simply have to be what most people are not. And that is consistent. So ladies, there's no way you are going to unlock the multiplier effect in your life when you are not consistent. So promise yourself, not me. Don't promise me, promise yourself that I'll be consistent. I'll be consistent in the action, in the execution, and in the showing up that I'm going to be that. And I'm seeing you have said that. Thank you. I have seen that. Yes, that is your word. And if you can't keep your word, then nobody can trust you. You don't need anybody to monitor you. You only need to raise your hand and move. You don't need anyone to start telling you, oh, please, this is for your health. Be consistent. It's your word against you. That's why we can trust God, because God doesn't change goalposts and everything. No, he's consistent with his word. You can trust him. It never changes. That's why we can trust. So what kind of a brand are you? Are you a consistent brand? You need to be consistent. So I am looking forward, Cecilia, because I can see you've said you're going to be consistent, and I had seen that in season 19. Keep it up. Thank you. Look at this, ladies. Look at this. This is the multiplier effect in my own health and wellness. Those who know me know that I was in the first picture for many years. You can see the tires on my hands. You can see I occupy space. It's not bad to occupy space, but this was not in alignment with my goals. I had to refocus. I had to reposition myself. Why? Because this produced the second picture. I was in for a brain surgery to remove a tumor. These are things that don't happen every day. But I caused myself to be there because there was inflammation in my body. And so many other diseases were activated because I was in the wrong environment. And that's why today we are going to see the power of influence, people you surround yourself with. So I remember during COVID, that's when I realized, my goodness, because as I was watching the news, this was 2018, the brain surgery, 2019, then COVID came 2020. And as I was watching the news, I realized, oh my God, I'm going to die. I am going to die, because it was sweeping everybody who had a compromised immunity. And I was one of them. Something had to change. something had to change. I had to activate the multiplier effect in my life. And it is during this season that I think I reached out in a Facebook community and I said, I'm starting a book club. Because it was during around COVID time, people were just there. And I thought, why not a book club? Because I had not been reading myself. My husband is a consultant. He had all the books in the world. We have bookshelves and bookshelves in the office, at home, everywhere. But I was not reading them. What were the excuses? Oh, I'm busy. I'm doing homework with the children. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I did for others and forgot myself. I forgot myself. Now, when I was in this hospital bed, because I was asked to whether my will was ready, that's when it hit home. What do you mean, my will? The doctor explained candidly. Yes, your will. And by the way, he was not smiling like, at where is your will? It was like, is your will ready? I'm like, what? My will? Kwani, what are you trying to say, doctor? He said, you may come out or you may not come out of this. And you, even if you come out of this theater, you may not be the same again. You may not walk. You may not see. Your limbs may be, And I was like, what? Yes, that's what the doctor said. And that was shocking to me. So I remember when I was after the operation, when I realized I moved my hands, oh, they could move. I was like, oh, yes, I'm alive. And in that moment of gratitude, I told God, hey, use me as a vessel now to ignite new possibilities for others, because you have done this for me. Because I never thought I would come out in the same way. I never thought that. And it was around the same time, I think the daughter of Baba, she had also developed something like what I had. And she was actually becoming blind. And I had read that story, not knowing that I'll also be part of this statistics. That's how life happens. We don't know about tomorrow. So if I passed on at this time, was I ready? My youngest boy was so young. I remember one of the ladies we go to church with praying with me over the phone and saying, God, no, she cannot go. The child is so small. No, 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 no. I was not ready. I had not put in things for them to benefit from in case I was not there. So this was a game-changing moment for me. And you don't have to reach this space. That's why I'm here. You don't have to reach this space that you start taking control, taking charge of your life. You can start igniting the multiplier effect in your health and wellness. And that's why season 20 is there for you, an accountability partner for you. And that's what I tapped on. I remember when I started, you can see my hands, I could not even move them. I could not. They were so heavy. I would do like this and start panting. And you see how I kept on justifying myself. Oh, I've always been a big girl, chubby girl all through my life. But that chubbiness, was it helping me now in this state in the hospital? It wasn't. So fast forward, I formed the book club. We were reading books, and I don't know where the inspiration came. Yes, it was in the 5 a.m. club. So when I chose in season 2 the next book to read, and I chose the 5 a.m. club, I had never read it. I don't even know. Just a book I chose. I had no big thing. It was just those books that you Google and say which books are good in a book club, and the first one comes. And I go through and I realize, this is what I need. And immediately, speed of implementation, not waiting for tomorrow, I incorporated the 5 a.m. club method in the reading book club. Because I realized, and that's what my coach told me, Loice, if you say now you have a new dream, God has resurrected you. You are out there to impact the world. Then you must take care of your health and wellness. And that's where the journey began. I put up a system, not for you, but for myself in the book club to hold me accountable. So every day I keep on seeing year after year. I didn't even realize we are 5 years down the line. And I'm so excited because at the end of this year, God willing, we are going to have a celebration. Anybody who has been part of the book club or has been associated with us, you are welcome. So we are going to have that celebration of 5 years. And within those 5 years, by end of December, ladies, I have been consistent. As long as the book club is on Monday to Friday, I don't even do the weekend, just Monday to Friday, even if it's 2 minutes, but it is every day, not once in a while. So the other day, I went for the BMI checks, and I was so excited to see that my BMI is not yet down, kabisa, where I'm supposed to be, but at least it's somewhere. That reduces all those things. You know, there before, we used to say, hiyo ni ya wazungu, hiyo ni ya wazungu. Myself, sincerely, I never thought I would even trim down my weight. I never thought so. I never thought I could. Because if I was to go per the past record, I've never been small. I've always been big, like all through. When others are slim, me, I'm big. In campus, people, me, I'm big. Eh? So I've always been big. So that is the excuse I kept on telling myself that, me, I'm a big, chubby girl, and I cannot reduce weight. You know, wazungu, those BMIs. And I kept on telling myself, but look at the results it produced. Now, when this was happening, this brain surgery, my dad has dementia, has Alzheimer's. Now, look at this. My mom has arthritis. Now, look at this. I was like, where am I going? Because as the firstborn, I was kind of the savior of the family. Now, here I am dying here. Something had to change. So consistency to me was not something to even think about. It was the only way out. It was the multiplier effect in my health and wellness. I don't know whether this story inspires you, that something can change in your life, that you can turn around your life like 360 degrees. Is that so? Let me see that in the chat. I can see several messages, amazing testimony, very inspiring. Thank you very much. Yes, congratulations, Cecile, for being consistent. It's enviable. What an encouragement, the transformation. Wow. Thank you for sharing this story, candid, because it is my truth, Cynthia. It is. Yes, massive thank you. It's a transformation. Yes, Grace. Yes, it's a reminder to be consistent. Josephine Murungi, consistency works everywhere. Thank you. Asanteni sana. Yes, so that is a testimony I have, unbelievable transformation, even to myself, because I never thought that I could even reduce. And watching my life, I'm not where I'm supposed to be in terms of my BMI and all that, but I can see this is exponential increase. I have just transformed 360 degrees. People who knew me wondered, are you sick? Is there trouble anywhere? Then I'm like, no, this is by choice. It's me choosing myself first. I've been choosing you people there before. But today, I've chosen myself. I have put myself as a priority. No more excuses. So the other day, as I learned from one of the book club members, Jen Gakere, that I can actually invest in those weights and everything. You know, this is not a language that I had before. You can see this body in the first picture. I was not doing anything. So I didn't even know anything. I had to start learning. Oh, there's aerobic. Okay. Oh, there's strength training. Oh, okay. There's this and this. And every day I'm learning and unlearning. I remember when Ambassador Mumbi, one of the book club members, was taking us through intermittent fasting, because it really amplified my story, and I was able to change a lot of things. I could not believe, can you imagine a woman like me? I never believed I could work out without taking breakfast, because all my life, in fact, by 8, I would be so hungry. Kumbe ni mambo tu ya masukari kwa blood. I never knew. Yeah. So I all these things happen for myself. So what was I saying? I was saying the book club, having the 5 a.m. method, was not for you. This time I chose myself first. It was for me. And you can see the results. There is some expansion there. Great. Now look at the multiplier effect in my marriage. In a time where marriages are breaking every day, in a time when relationships are not working, and you cannot blame people. You cannot blame people. You listen, I have so many ladies in the book club who are single, who are divorced, who are going through so much in their lives. And every time I talk to them, it's not about them. It's not about them. It happened to them. And that's why I'm happy they are now. Actually, that's how most of them found the book club. They were like, this is a safe space to be in, a space where I can grow myself to be a better person. But now look at this. Now, this is my story. This picture was in 2021. Yes. This was 20 years of marriage then. And looking back, I was so happy. Somebody looking at this picture told me, even after 20 years of marriage, you people are playing like young, like young people. I was like, yes, in fact, it becomes sweeter as the days go by. And how did I curate this? How did I curate this? Small habits, small choices, small decisions that helped us together. Things like praying together. Just a simple habit like that. Just praying together, having a family devotion, and esteeming the man of my house is the priest in my own home, is guiding us, is helping us to unlock, and just giving him that space. Small things, even when I feel, no, how can he do this to me? But recognizing that he is the head of the family. Small habits have helped me to have this beautiful impact in my own marriage. The multiplier effect. Did I do it once in a while? No. The multiplier effect is consistently over the 20 years. Now it is 24 years. Yes, over the years, little by little, growing and knowing how to cultivate this happiness in my marriage. So today, the first picture is my first meeting that I had for women, dubbed Women of Excellence. And over time, I've also developed myself. I went back to be certified as a coach. That time I had not been certified. I went back to be certified as a coach. I went back to up my qualifications. I went back to school. And today, I am a world changer. There before, I was just focused on people from Nairobi. But now you can see we have people from all over this country, from all over the world. I have all those in my coaching programs and in the book club. So who I was then has expanded. I'm now a global leadership and transformational coach. I'm a speaker and also a trainer and an author. That is my first book, She Leads. So you too, listening to me today, that is my story. You have your story. And tonight you are going to listen to the stories of the others who have also ignited new possibilities in their lives. They're going to share with us how the reading in season 19 has helped them to become better women, better versions of themselves. So the great question is, if you have that dream, because you are that dream, because you are born ready, then who caged your dreams? Who clipped your vision? And when you look back, you realize that that was not you. That was somebody else. It could have been that teacher, it could have been that spouse, it could have been somebody else, but that was not you. And that means then you can take back your power, back to yourself, and start igniting new possibilities. And here I'm holding my second book, Ignite, and I'm saying, unleash your inner fire. You can step out, you can step up, and you can stand out, because that is the truth. So, ladies, this is the time now to listen to our phenomenal change makers, ladies who have been with us in season 19 and who have read the book they will tell us about and the results they are getting in their lives. And the first one to speak to us this evening, just for 10 minutes, is Jen Jenga. Jen says she's a mother and she has a wonderful daughter, Irene, and she also has a granddaughter, Angel Stacy. And she says, oh my God, she loves them both to the moon and back. She serves as an executive administrator in an organization that deals with the livestock value chain. She works with cooperative societies to support small-scale farmers in the arid and semi-arid regions for improved livelihoods through transformation of well-managed cooperatives. She is a proud member of the I'm Leading Book Club. Thank you so much that you are proud to be part of us. And I am reaping the benefits of compound effect with the lessons learned from the amazing books we read. Amazing. Since being introduced to this club by Ignited Mercy, yes, Mercy Kinoti, an amazing lady, I can say I have been transformed. Wow. I am consistent. Look at this. I didn't even know she would put those words there. She has been consistent, committed, ignited, and above all, my goodness, Jen, how did you get my words? Abundant woman. Amazing. And today, she's going to take us through chapter 1 and 2 of the book we read in season 19, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Welcome on board, Jen. Karibu sana. Karibu, karibu, karibu.
It tells me.
Sorry? Are you able to share? Okay. Kindly open the document first, then you share. Meanwhile, let me look at the chat. Leah says, what an inspiring testimony, Coach Loice. May the Lord continue to multiply the work of your hands. I'm quite inspired and motivated. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Kaziri says, quite transformational and informative. Jen says, congratulations, very impacting. Wayaki says, I'm so inspired. Nothing is impossible. Irene says, you look so young. You are glowing. Glory to God for all this. Thank you. Josephine says, I'm so inspired by your testimony. Oh my goodness. And then Rose says, the power of consistency. Yes, thank you so much. Jen, what you do, stop the sharing, open the document, then now share. Stop sharing, open the document, then share. Stop sharing. Can you hear me? I'm trying to look for the document. I know you had sent me something. Can I share for you? I don't know whether she can hear me.
I can hear you, Coach. Share for me, please.
Just sharing.
Yes.
Sharing. You are still sharing.
Oh, let me just.
Yeah.
I think I need to come out. Let me come out. Then I come back in. Oh, stop share.
Okay.
I've stopped the share. Good. Presentation. Okay.
Ready?
You can see it?
Yeah, I want now to share.
Okay, thank you. Great. Right. Thank you, everybody, and I welcome you to listen to me as I speak. I am sharing, I am leading book club season 19, chapters 1 and 2 of The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Take me to the next one. I'll take it. I can go. Coach, help me go to the second one. No, that's the last one. Oh, okay. I want to say that I am grateful to my team. I led a team recently and we called ourselves a Synergy Squad. It comprised of Sarah, Wanjiko, and Lucrecia. These are amazing ladies and myself. And I really want to thank them for rising up to the occasion and coming out very strongly in delivering their takeaways from chapter 1 and 2. They are an ignited squad, and I really thank them. And we have kept in touch since then. Oh, remove the black, Coach. The black screen in between. Yes. I have been I am leading book club since December 2023. We started with a repositioning where we were supposed to declutter. So we decluttered our computers, our clothes, our wardrobes, and everything that we thought is taking up space in our homes. And I've been in the book club up to present, and I have read awesome books that continue to shape me. They have helped me be transformed into a reader. I journal and I reflect. And I try as much as possible to practice what I learn. So I am truly ignited and I am happy to be in the book club. Next, Coach. So my takeaways from chapter 1, the compound effect. The compound effect is the principle of reaping huge rewards from a series of smart choices. Like some of the smart choices we can make is about eating healthy. You can choose, instead of eating like chips every day and sausages and bacon, all those things, that now you can eat healthy. You're going to eat less carbohydrates and eat lots of vegetables and a little protein. And that way you can also reduce your sugar intake. You can also be doing self-care because you have to love yourself as a person. As a lady, you must love yourself. You must go to, self-care can be maybe you do your hair, you do your nails, and then you can also have a social meeting with your girlfriends. You can have devotion together. You can pray together. And every choice that we make leads us to success or failure. Like now, if I choose to take junk food, for sure, I'm just going to pump in the sugar in my body. But I have learned to be smart in these things. So for us to succeed, we need to make positive choices. And these choices, they must be consistent. Like now, when the 5 a.m. club, even if, okay, we are supposed to do it at 5 a.m., but I think sometimes we may start at 5:30 or slightly later. But the thing is that we must do it every day. On my part, I do daily walks because I feel that when I am walking, I'm able to reflect on my challenges of the day. I normally walk in the evenings. What is it that I've gone through the day? What lessons have I learned through the day? And actually, these consistent things they give you, you experience the compound effect. And the third one is pay off the compound effect. Um, Sometime back, I think in 2015, I was also, coach has just shown us how big she was. I had also put in quite some pounds and I was big. And that time then I was a secretary. And you know, when you're a secretary, you sit behind the seat most of the day. Kumbe, I was cramping my back. That means that my third and fourth vertebra, when they took the spine scan, it was looking a little like it was pressing against each other. And this was causing me a lot of pain. So when I went to see the doctor, he took me through everything and he even showed me now, if you continue like this pain is too much and I'm going to give you drugs to ease your pain. But as you continue taking the drugs, since they are painkillers and they are very strong, they might even give you heartburn, which they did, by the way. I went back to the doctor. I told him I cannot stand these heartburns. Even if when I take these medicines, I feel pain relieved, but the medicines were too much. And I think I had to take them for around 3 months continuously. It was not easy, but they were easing my pain. But then I was still not, changing my weight. So I asked him, now what do we do? So he showed me that now we can do, if you cannot reduce weight, what we are going to do, we are going to have a surgery. When he talked about a surgery, I was so shocked. I told him, Doc, what kind of surgery? Because you cannot replace with another somebody's lumbar. So he told me we have some plastic lumbars. I told him, no, no, no. Tell me the best thing to do. So he told me, try and reduce your weight as much as possible and try to exercise. He even told me that now even moving with a car from point A to point B is not healthy for you. So what you need to do is, even when you're in the office, you go to the farthest toilet because then you're exercising your back by walking. So I went through all those motions, and slowly, slowly, I realized when I go to the weighing scale, I'm losing a little bit of weight. So I think the next time I saw him, he told me, wow, I like the Jane I'm seeing. She has reduced her weight. So it really encouraged me, and I continued trying to reduce my weight. I also did some diet, the crash diets, and the crash diets were too much. You lose a lot of weight, and I went to the normal diets. And finally, it paid off. And I think I managed to reduce between 10 and 15, no, 10 and 12 kgs. So I've been trying to keep my weight, the way it is, but that is through all those things that I'm telling you. So I think when you do your exercise, your walking, and your hydration, hydration is so important because when you hydrate, you even remove the toxins from your body. So there are certain things you take, they clean your body, they remove toxins, and you even feel lighter. So that is the consistency that we are talking about here. You can be able to keep in good health by trying to do the right things and avoiding those foods that increase your weight. So the next topic is the ripple effect. Small, here I can't see. A small action or change can have far-reaching effects on other areas in our lives. Like if we make positive choices in an area, we can create positive ripple effect that will impact all the other aspects of our lives. This, our, hey, I can't see. Coach, increase the size, please. My eyesight. That's our daily choices can have consequences that can compound over time. Then on the work ethics, You remember, like when we were young, and I know, like right now, maybe we don't give our children so okay, the chores in the house. Some of them they do, others are reluctant to do those chores. But remember when our parents used to tell us, you must sweat in order for you to eat. So they really used to make us do like wash our clothes and do all those things, and sometimes even go to the shamba. And I think these are the things that really, really, really shaped us, and they are good things to do. And then there's a microwave mentality. This mentality seeks very quick fixes. Like now, you see, if you put a chapati to warm in the microwave, it is warmed so fast, you don't even realize what you have done. But then there is the old school mentality. It's the mindset approach. Mhm. This mind, the old school mentality approach is a mindset approach that revolves around patience, discipline, and consistency in working towards goals over time. And it embraces compound effect. It is our powerful tool that ultimately ensures lasting success. Choose, we need to choose, all of us, we need to choose delayed gratification over immediate pleasures. And then this will help build our discipline in every aspect of our lives. Every choice we make creates a ripple effect, and that affects our future actions and results. Recognizing this helps us to understand the long-term impact of our decisions. Like now you can see, Coach, the decisions she made are still impacting on her even up to today. She has even reduced her weight. She looks like a young girl. Okay. Compound effect in action tells us that every choice we make has consequences. So every action that we do consistently can lead to positive results or negative results. E.g., in the evenings, instead of, I can choose to watch movies up to late at night, and maybe tomorrow you are going to work. And you'll not be able to even wake up for the 5 a.m. book club if you do that, because your body will still demand that, that you still sleep the necessary hours, that is 6 to 7 hours. So I'm going to wake up very sluggish in the morning. Or I can choose that instead of watching those movies or that TV, I can do an hour of personal development. And this way, I'm going to increase my knowledge, and ultimately, I will get self improvement, and I'm going to grow. I'm going to get personal growth. So I urge you to do the same. So we need to practice awareness in order to be able to control the choices we make throughout the day. We need to carry around I'm teaching myself to carry around a small notebook, and so that you can jot down daily the area of your life that you want to improve. E.g., if you want to get out of debt, you can also have like an Excel worksheet. You can track the things that you have gone to the supermarket, because sometimes when we go to the supermarket, we do impulse buying. You buy some things you may not actually need, so they're only for instant gratification. So sometimes I even buy biscuits. I eat them that time, kumbe, then I forget about them completely. So it is good to track every shilling that you spend, so that you're not wasteful, and you are able to trace and track what it is that you have misused and what it is that you need to get out of. In fact, you can really get out of debt if you do that. So the power of small choices. Our lives are shaped by the tiny, seemingly insignificant choices that we make daily. So these small decisions, they compound over time into very, very significant outcomes. Even that just hydration of taking 1.5 liters, 2 liters, or 3 liters of water a day. In the end, you find that your skin is glowing. Why? Because you have managed to remove toxins from your body. It is clear. You go to the loo and your knee is very, very clear. So these small little things that we do, they give a significant outcomes in the end. So we need to have a Thanksgiving attitude. Um, like for example, I want to say this: you may have a house help, or even somebody, the house help today. She does things that you never even expected her to do. She woke up in a good mood and decided, hey, these windows, I need to clean them. When you come in the evening, you find the house is sparkling clean. Just a simple thank you to her is going to motivate her. Tomorrow she'll do something else that is, and then you're going to see. So we really need to have a Thanksgiving attitude. We need to develop it all year round. And we need to have a Thanksgiving journal every day. We need to find something that we need to be grateful for. And this will elevate us big time. Even when you wake up in the morning, you need to give gratitude because God has given you life. When you go to sleep in the evening, you've gone through the motions of the day, you're tired and all that, but God has given you the grace to even live through that day. So you need to be grateful. You need to give thanks daily. Like now, what we read in Psalms 136 is that you need to give thanks daily for the Lord, for He is good and His mercy endures forever. Even if the day has been challenging, you just thank God for it. Regularly practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what you have. This positive outlook enhances your overall happiness and it attracts more good things into your life. And when you wake up with gratitude in the morning, you just find yourself that you have a happy day, you are not moody, and you're able to take on any challenge. So I encourage all of us to do this. So when we incorporate gratitude into our daily routine, such as journaling things that you're thankful for, this creates a mindset of abundance and contentment. Like now, when you talk to your children or your husband, or when you decide to have a diary of just seeing the positive things that the people in your life have done, and then you show them at the end of the year, they're going to have something to celebrate, and they'll see you've not just been looking at the faults that they are doing, and this is going to give you a better relationship with others, with your friends. Even with your friends, you can do this. If you go out with your friend for coffee or something, and that friend has treated you, it is good to even just write a thank you note, or talk to her, or talk to him or her, and just send a message. And that person will be encouraged. Even another time, she's going to say, oh, sure, why don't we go to this and this place? Appreciating small everyday blessings helps us maintain a positive perspective, and this helps us to build a momentum for larger goals. When you're appreciating these small things, and even when you're goal setting, it will build into the momentum, and you can make them even larger. The ripple effect of gratitude, this one is showing genuine gratitude not only benefits your mental state, but also improves relationships, and it attracts positivity from others. Just walk into a room and you're radiating, and everybody will just start smiling. And it even sets the mood for a meeting. Everybody says, oh, so like I meet some people in a meeting and they told me, Jane, you're happy. What happened to you today? I just tell them, maybe that day I listened to Joel Austin's 12 Things to Make Your Day or something like that. I listen to all these podcasts to elevate my mood and to make me even think of better things for the day. And sometimes you even get an idea from those podcasts that we listen to. Okay, coach, the next one, please. So cultivating gratitude creates a mindset that is receptive to abundance and opportunities. This accelerates personal growth. This is what we need to do every day. We need to create a positive mindset, and we must be receptive to all the opportunities that we are getting. The habit of practicing gratitude fosters a positive, resilient, and abundant mindset. So it's a simple yet powerful tool that enhances your life consistently and not just during special occasions. This one should be a daily thing to do. Yeah. So my conclusion is always keep a gratitude journal. It will help you, and you can read through those notes maybe once in a week, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, or even once in a month, and see what it is that you have been grateful for the whole month. It keeps you accountable to yourself. Specify what you are thankful for, even if it's just a cup of coffee that you had, even the bed that you sleep on, you slept comfortably, you didn't hurt your back or anything. Just be grateful, even for the gardens that you pass through, the beauty that you see around you. Just be grateful. Express gratitude to others. A simple thank you for you. Okay, this one I had said earlier, you just call somebody and say, thank you for this, thank you for that. And if somebody sends you a message congratulating you, maybe on something that you did that was really nice, you also, it gives you the happy moments, and then you really should be thankful for it. And it actually works miracles in you, so that next time you'll even try to do better. So you can also practice mindfulness in your daily routine. Pause briefly even as you're walking or as you're working, and just appreciate the beauty around you. You can even take photos of something nice you see. Sometimes I walk into a building, I see a very beautiful plant, so I take a photo. Those things, they elevate you, kabisa. So reflect on challenges, and don't get annoyed or moody because of the challenges that you have gone through. What you need to do is to learn from that lesson. Like today, I had a challenge when I was trying to share this document, but I requested Coach Loice to assist me. So the lesson I have learned is I need to practice more on this. And I actually told her earlier today that I'm going to take a course on presentation, because I want to be up in my game. I want to do the best presentations like I see fellow ladies doing. So that is something I'm going to do. So your life is a result of your daily choices. So you must be aware, responsible, and intentional about these choices. This is crucial because they accumulate over time. And I want to tell you that creating a compound effect to creating a compound effect to produce others' success can either give you success or failure. The time to start is now. You be wise about this. Oh, my eyesight. So it is never too late to reap the benefits of compound effect. The key is to start now. Ignited ladies. Asanteni sana. Thank you for listening to me. Asante.
Thank you, Jen. Amazing, amazing. Kindly let's celebrate Jen in the chat. She's just told us about gratitude, and we are grateful, Jen. When I asked you to show up today, you didn't give an excuse. You said, yes, I'm showing up. I am in. I am in. I am in, whether I know how to do presentations or not. And that is the attitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lillian, Dr. Lillian says, thank you, Madam Loice. Madam, this is so informative and insightful. The change begins with me now. You are a blessing to me. Asante sana. And Carrie, I hope you are joining us for season 20. I don't know what excuse you have, but I want to tell you that excuse, just cut it and just join us for season 20. You will thank me later. You will thank me later. Season 20. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. Leah, I'm calling upon you to join us in season 20. You will not regret it. You will surpass and exceed your expectations. Amazing. Great. Yes, so Jen has told us about the other way we can unlock the multiplier, and that is through gratitude and consistency and having an abundant mindset. Thank you, thank you, thank you for celebrating Jen. Allow me now to invite our next speaker. I hope you are there. Daktari, are you there? Grace? Neema? Dr. Grace, are you in?
Yes, I'm there.
Thank you, Asante,
Hello.
for coming. You've already experienced a challenge. Yeah, stima, lakini you are here.
I'm having very unstable network.
Okay, umeweka bundles.
Hello.
Have you put the bundles now? You are ready?
Yani, no, I have a Wi-Fi that is very, very weak. But let me just let me try.
Okay, so let me introduce you. So this is Dr. Grace Mumbi Neema. You remember she
Can
is
I have
Can you hear me? Neema gives us amazing quotes in the Woman of Excellence platform. She is an energetic, unstoppable, blessed, and highly favored woman of God. She is a devoted mother to many, and of course, a God-fearing lady. She tells me she's a proud Catholic woman, and she has a wealth of experiences in human resources area, and an upcoming counseling psychologist. Her purpose in this world is to put smiles on the less fortunate persons. She asks, if God is on your side, who can be against you? Welcome, Neema. I don't know whether you're still in, Neema. Okay, let me read the...
Yes.
Okay,
My network
you can go ahead now. Karibu, Neema. I think he has an issue with our network.
Hello.
Yes, are you in? Dr. Grace? Okay. Maybe we can have the next speaker. She sorts herself. Are you in the house, Roslyn? 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 Okay. I think
Yes.
Roslyn is in the house.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Let me introduce you as Neema sorts herself. I think that she has a network problem.
Okay.
Yes. Our Gen Z. Her name is Roslyn Alionya. She's a passionate educator and an upcoming HR professional. Alionya thrives in spaces that promote critical thinking, policy engagement, and youth empowerment. She is a Gen Z on a mission to create positive impact in society. Ladies, we have no age limit. We are here. What brings us together is ladies, women who are change makers at the very heart. And I'm happy to welcome Roslyn Alionya. Roslyn, welcome. Are you presenting or not presenting? You're speaking? Hello?
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Can hear you,
Okay.
Rosie.
Okay. Okay. So yes, thank you for the good apologies. I was not there earlier, but I'm going to listen to what the previous speakers have spoken about. Now I am presenting on topic or chapter 5. I don't have slides, but I just want to. This chapter resonates very well with me, and I think I picked it. Coach did not pick for me. When she asked me which part of the book would you present, I just said influence, because I feel it is something. When I was reading through it, I could read book this 2025. So the author in as much as the previous chapters are talking of intrinsic motivation, where you make the choices, you develop behaviors and habits, and then you compound your actions for a given time, and then you might be able to see results. He recognizes that there are external forces that will determine whether you achieve whatever you're after in life. Categorises them into three. One of them is input, the other one is associations, and the last one is environment. And on input, he goes ahead to tell us the effect of media. Both talk about it much, but mainly the mainstream media. If you don't play maybe a podcast or a certain program that you subscribe to, there's someone playing something. When you're in a supermarket, there's music. When you are in town, there's music. When you're just seated in a restaurant, there's a TV showing what is happening around the world. There's a radio. Information. Now, speaking as a Gen Z, a young person, so one of the things that is affecting us is social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and the first thing you see is scandals. You who broke up with who was involved in a road accident, who was killed by the police, who was shot, who was kidnapped, who was abducted. So all those information they make or they suppress our become so like we are terrified, so you're living in a survival mode. And this is something that I went through before I met Coach Loice and her friends like Professor. Spend the whole of my night up to 3 a.m. on TikTok watching people dance. But until I met these people, amazing people last year, I think around December, is when I realized, okay, you are watching someone dancer, and the answer is definitely no. So I took an initiative of ensuring that if I'm on TikTok, I am watching Ron, the speeches he used to make to people long time ago before he passed away. If I'm on TikTok, I'm watching something inspirational. I'm so much into politics, so I will even tune into the podcast where Barack Obama was speaking, Michelle Obama was speaking, just to see how they used to carry themselves in the political arena. So I think that one has been a shift. Like I shifted. I thank God I shifted even before we read this book. But when I was reading, I could smile through the sentences because I was like, I have experienced negative input, what the author calls dirty water. You can imagine the water in which river? River Athi. Someone tells you to drink the water of Athi River today. You'll feel disgusted because the water is so dirty, it is polluted, it has a lot of solid waste. And that is the same to our brain. So anytime you are on Facebook looking at the gossips of, I don't know what happened, most of you are, but we, the young people, we are mainly affected by TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Facebook Reels. We are constantly watching videos of scandals. So if you are in that mode, you are feeding your brain with dirty water, and eventually garbage in, garbage out. And so the author tries to tell us that we need to consume clean water. And so if you can't do away with something like Facebook, TikTok, even the YouTube, to a platform that is selling you love, a platform showing you people you can admire. If you are on Instagram and you are scrolling, those people who have been on Instagram and TikTok, which is a positive video, the following ones, what you call algorithm or something, the following videos will be videos of success stories. The same when you're in Facebook, if you watch one thing about maybe Angelo and any other person who speaks this program, because it is through the book we read last time, The Diary of a CEO. I was now able to know that there's a YouTube called The Diary Video. And I've seen there are very many videos that I'm asking myself as a young person, I had not even interacted with this YouTube channel. So I am there to YouTube before I nifike again, because some of you, I know you have been consuming the positive part of YouTube, and that is why you are successful as you are. And so I am inspired to ensure that anytime I'm on social media, I am consuming only water. And the author went ahead to tell us some of the things we can do to ensure that we are feeding our need to decide. If you're going to Facebook, what are you going to watch and how many minutes are you going to take on Facebook? If you're going on Instagram, what Instagram, it is about you making the choices, just to put ourselves in a media diet. I used to be a lover of consuming. I used to watch Citizen News and the debates and the program of Yvonne Okwara. But all the time they are communicating to us. They're selling us negative news. They're telling us what is not working. They're trying to show us how the government is so fragmented. As young people, they're trying to show us how we are unemployed, the problems we are facing. I decided this year, if I'm going to watch news, I must have an interest in the news that I'm watching. I don't have TV in my house. Last year, I could wake up very early in the morning and listen to some morning programs. Those who listen to Kiss 100 almost try to listen to every program. I really had interest in the morning programs because politicians used to come and they discuss politics. But after analyzing, I've realized that I was consuming negative. So nowadays, and I think as of, is it April, when I wake after I've read a book, and then there's that period of idleness before you go to work, or you are cleaning your house before you prepare to go to work. I am always tuned in a YouTube channel to try and hear something good, and mostly the audio books. So if there's a book that I have not been able to read, and YouTube has a lot of these materials. I just open, and as I am taking a shower, as I am cleaning my house, as I'm taking my breakfast, as I prepare for work, I am able to consume clean water. And then the third step he told us is to enroll in a drive time you. I personally do not have a vehicle. I'm still a Gen Z. I don't have a lot of money, but I use matatus most of the time. So when I'm traveling from Machakos to Nairobi, kitambo, I used to put music. Like that is the time I would put music and listen to mixes. Now that I have seen that YouTube, we have very many good programs. Those 2 hours or 1 hour, 30 minutes, I'm always listening to something good, either on TikTok or on YouTube. And you find by the time I'm leaving Machakos to Nairobi or Nairobi to Machakos, I will have learned something that if you continue to listen to positive things using your social media, but for them, they were talking of DVDs and cast etc. You can actually have a PhD. And that one is relatable. So if you're into leadership, if you're into economics, if you're into banking, there's a lot of resources on social media about the same. There are a lot of people who are out there sharing information. So it is you to create time. And then the other aspect was associations. And this one I could also relate with it very well. And I know every one of you has read, where the author is telling us that you must do an evaluation by be associating with some people that do not add value to your life. Also, you need to have limited associations. There are people you can make a phone call for 3 minutes. There are people you should make a phone call to for 3 hours. There are people you should, have a conversation with for 30 minutes and not beyond. Like, you should set your own boundaries. And he even narrates a story of a neighbor where the only conversation of saying hi, how is your family, etc., but nothing beyond that. So you need to evaluate within your own life and see who is eating much of my time and they are not needed. Like, you cannot cut them off completely, like the way you do with that disassociation, but you need to give them a limited time of yourself. And then the last one was expanded associations. I think I have been privileged, and I think that is why I'm here. I am a young person who tries to look at the people older than me. Even when I was in first year at Machakos University, most of my friends were in fourth year and third year. And they are the people who motivated me to honors. So I love being in an environment where the people around me are more successful than me. That there are people to look for mentors, invest in, like, I have the advantage. Like, I can look at myself and know this is something able to do even at a young stage. And then the last aspect of influence is the environment. The environment you live in, the environment you work, the environment you allow yourself to own house right now is affecting how you are listening to this Zoom. Likelihood you're not hearing everything. If you are in a calm environment, there's a high likelihood you listen to every word that the speaker has given. So it is important for you to ensure that you create a positive environment at all costs. That tried to emphasize. And I must say, I am a living testimony. For me, last year before I met Coach, I was in a very toxic working environment. And it was like a helping hand. I met Coach and her team before I was fired. And by that time, I was like, you're working in a toxic work environment and you're just going there to try and, be the best. But there are people there who are toxic. They're like, this young person wants to come and take our position. They're like, she has to wait. So dealing with all that and then being fired, I must say that if I had not met Coach Loice and her team, my mentor, Professor Joyce Akalo and Madam Mumbi, I don't know if they're around, I don't know how I would have handled the situation. And by the way, I was fired on December 31st. For you to understand that this one is a toxic environment, who fires you and gives you a letter on 31st? You will send a message on 30th December. So if you are far away, how would you even travel to go and take the redundancy letter? So that moment when I was fired, I think 2 weeks before, I had already met Coach Loice. I had already enrolled for the first program. I had enrolled for another program of visioneering, and it is through those success stories that you hear of people around coach that kept me going. Like it is not a bad thing for you to be fired. You will get another job. It can be a blessing in disguise. And as you have seen in my introduction, coach has said that I'm an educator. I did my first degree in education arts, but I am an aspiring HR. So it is through one of her program of visioneering that you are able to actually realize, in as much as I do not want to teach until retirement, I was able to identify which other area can I thrive well. And that is why I'm currently even doing my CHRP classes. And I must say thank you to Coach Loice, because she's trying to provide these three things. Because if you look at input, we are reading very many impactful books. If you compare yourself and someone who is not reading, the books that you have read for this year, there's a totally different aspect of the two of you. The thing of association, I think this program has more HR professionals than any other professional. I undergo my classes, I already have the right people to ask questions. Even her as a coach, I know there are questions that a time will reach and I will ask her to help me in one way or another. And the other aspect of environment, her programs are providing us with the right environment. Like there is a program where people do save, yeah, and I'm the youngest there, saving 100,000 this year. But if you look at another person in that same program, that someone is aiming at one person in an environment where people are saving millions. In as much as I do not have, one day I might save 1 million. Unlike another young Gen Z out there who is probably maybe in an environment of people doing drugs, in an environment of people who have lost hope because it's in our country, as we are totally different, yeah? In as much as we are in the same environment, I have the advantage of having a positive environment around me that is impacting me positively. Asante sana, coach, and the rest of your team for holding my hand. This year I'm a success story because of you. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Roslyn, that is super amazing, super amazing. Those, what you don't know, I think she told us during the visioneering class, that she is an orphan. God has literally taken care of her. She has no father, she has no mother. And look at where she is right now. It is true, God becomes the father to the fatherless. And she was able to get mentors, Professor Joyce Agalo, Ambassador Mumbi, Mwihuri. You see how they recommended her, knowing she's a Gen Z, but they recommended her to me, and we had a meeting. And she has been supported all through she has been supported, and I am so proud of her. She's also in the Rich and Royal Ladies Club, and she's there doing savings and investments because she has learned about the multiplier effect. So that is what we are saying, ladies. The multiplier effect is real. It doesn't matter what age you are. Right now here we have grandmothers, and now we have Gen Zs with us. So there's nothing to do with age. What matters is what you are bringing on the table, and you are saying, I am a woman of impact. So thank you so much. Let us celebrate her. Yes, Mercy says this young girl is oozing wisdom. My, she's so articulate and confident. Yes, that she is. She's there. She was able to attract many goodies. Those who are in Rich and Royal know that. Wow, so nice. She's also a committed team member. I was with her in the same group. Oh, yes, Jen. Oh, yes, you are in the same group as Ignited Flames. Yes, at the beginning of the year. Amazing, Jen. Be our mentor. She's very articulate. I see her on social media. She's very articulate in the politics space. So we are grooming the next leaders for tomorrow. Now, we had already introduced Dr. Grace Neema, the lady who inspires us on the Woman of Excellence platform. Neema, I hope now you are able to speak at least for a few minutes. Neema? Me, you are in.
Yes, I'm in.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you.
You are on.
I'm on.
Grace? Yes,
I'm
go
on.
ahead.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you are sharing. Okay.
Yes. Are you seeing?
Yes, we are seeing. Enable editing, then make it big. Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, team. As you heard, I'm Dr. Mombi Dungu, and today this book has been very inspiring. But what has really amazed me is what Coach Loice has shown us, where she was and where she is now. Who you become attracts so many, and I think what she has become has attracted the book club. So, Coach Lois, that was very, very inspiring. It has really inspired me. When I'm sharing chapter 3 and 4, and chapter 3 was all about the power of habits, and the habits have just consistency, discipline, and mindset. When we talk of consistency, you look at Coach Lois, where she was and where she is. It actually goes on to consistency, discipline, and mindset. So I'd like to give my story. In 2014, I had a mild stroke, and I kept telling God, I can't imagine someone cleaning my body, taking me to the toilet, and with that, I kept telling myself, I'm waking up from this bed. I'm waking up from this bed. Lucky enough, when I got the stroke, I was driving. So I started seeing some, but blurring. My eyes are blurring. I'm not, I said one of my eyes is not seeing. The person who was my co-driver told me, do you know your mouth has already gone sideways? And for strokes, you don't feel any pain. Lucky enough, I was just 500 meters to a hospital. I was just passing through a hospital going to work. So I called our doctor, and the doctor told me, if you are next to a hospital, just go in. So I was given the steroids. That was what changed everything. Because now when I was given those steroids, there it stopped the stroke, continuing. So from there, within 2 weeks, because now I was going for physios, I was doing so many exercises. Strokes is not about drugs or medicine. It's about exercises and all that. So after when I left the hospital, my mouth had gone back to normal, but I was a bit slow. So I was told just to do a lot of exercises and all this. And that is where this book says the why. What is your high? Not your how. What is your high or your why? So my why here was I should not go back to hospital, and this stroke should not take me down. So I started a very nice program, good habits, going to the gym, swimming, doing everything. And I was able within 3 months to cut down on 20 kgs because I was doing the right diet, everything. I was shaken by by the disease. The power of habits. After I went down, after now I was okay and everything was okay, the bad habits also crept in. So I said, even these exercises are taking so much time. I stopped. So I used to go Monday, then I'll go maybe Friday, because now I'm okay. So that's why when we talk of power of habits, I was on the right track, the right habits, discipline, the mindset, the why in me was there. Then now, when now I was okay, you have achieved, you have fulfillment on now I'm okay. I went back now to the bad habits. Now I can eat what I want. I can stop these exercises. I'll be going once in a week, twice in a week. Within no time, within 6 months, from 70 kgs, I've gone back to 110 kgs. You can imagine. So you find that these habits are both sides. And that's why we are talking of consistency and discipline. Coach Loice has been disciplined for all those years. There's also, you must have patience in this thing. Then, when I talk of addition, not subtraction, the people on diet and those who spend much time on social media, what do you supplement? I like Alionia, who she has said that she's now on, she looks at YouTube, the things that she used to listen to music, but now she listens to podcasts that are relevant in her life. That is the addition that she has made. The people on diet. Right now, I've become very consistent with my exercises. Now, there are three things that I want to share here about financials, about reading, and about exercises, what I've done. So you find that, you see, finding your mojo, the why power. Why do you exercise? Why do you save? Why the 5 a.m. practice? I would say the book club has some discipline. If you yourself you have discipline, has something that you the 5 a.m. practice. If you follow it, you'll get the right habits in place and they become a routine. You create a rhythm. This book is about the rhythm. And I looked at the figure 7, page 66, where if your child was burning on the other building, would you walk on the plank without any reward? So I looked at Coach Loice. What was the turning moment? She's in hospital. She's been asked about her will. So the doctor is like signed the death certificate already. You're not making it. But she had that why. My child is very young and all this. So that why, I think, is the one which keeps us going. When you wake up in the morning, the whys in your life will make you be positive or negative in life. You look at when you talk of the mojo, finding your mojo. I like the way this book talks about your mojo. Finding your core values. You look at family, spirituality, integrity, associations. What are you doing about it? When you look at the wheel of life that Coach has taught us, I think everything goes back to the wheel of life. What are you doing about all those aspects of life? What are your core values? The core values come from the wheel of life. So you have to put your core values in the wheel of life. From there, finding an enemy lights your fire. Why did I have to be disciplined after getting that mild stroke? Because I hated sickness. I thought of someone cleaning me every day, someone taking me to the toilet, and the enemy, that enemy, put on my fire. And that's why I used to be so disciplined. I do my exercise, I do everything so that I am healthy. So the enemy lights your fire. So my enemy there was sickness. And same to Coach Loice. The enemy was sickness. And she decided to be disciplined and everything. What goals, dreams, and destinations do you desire? What do you want to become? Again, that one gives you the mojo, the why power. Power of goal setting. What is your motivation and the why? Why exercise? Who do you want to become? You do not pursue success. You are attracted by who you have become. I'd like to talk about the mental wellness arena, which now I have become. You find that so many people have a problem. So many people now, especially in this country, and even where I was, there's a lot of mental illnesses there. But you find when you follow this 5 a.m. club, all those practices, you keep your mental health right. So you look at what do you want to become? I'm in the mental wellness now. You find now when you look at the mental wellness, when you start going into the mental wellness, you find that even when you go for podcasts, you look for those areas. You find that your associations now are becoming more the people who are in the mental wellness arena, and you learn more about it. So who am I attracting? I'm attracting those people because that is what I want to become. I want to be a champion of mental wellness. So that's why now I have started. You find that when you are just going to the YouTube and all these, even TikTok, you are looking for someone who's talking about mental wellness. Then what vices do you want to subtract from your bad habits? Personally, I think I've done away with wheat because I've found wheat puts, I put on a lot of wheat, a lot of weight when I'm on wheat. But when I did away with wheat, I did away with meat, I did away with sugar, I can say I've started seeing some positive toning of my body. Then celebrate your milestones and reward yourself and be patient. I want to look at the financials. Um, when I have a coach, a money coach, but the truth came out. When you track your every single cent that you spend every day, you track your money. I found that I used to waste a lot of money on unnecessary thing, impulse buying. Someone calls you, hey, I don't know, give me this, unapatiana, and it is not in your budget. So what have I done? I have started tracking my money. I have a strict budget, and I have a budget because we are in this African culture where you cannot run away from. That black tax has to be there. Budget it. Put that 10,000 aside and say this is will be for black tax. Sijui mtu amefariki, do this. Mtu sijui kunaenda harusi, do this. So, but when that 10,000 is over, do away with it. Don't even give anyone even a single cent. So, tracking your money. Then I got into an accountability group where every Friday you put your money there. We used to put dollars. We used to put $500. 5 of us. So how much do you get? I looked at all my debts and I said I have so many small stupid debts. So we came up with a group, and this group was to do away with the debts that really disturb you. So every day you put $100. Friday you give someone $2,500. That is almost 320,000. And with that, I was able to offset these small debts that become a real headache for you. So I would say that when it comes to financing, because of this budgeting, tracking your money and all this, I've become very disciplined on money. Momentum, that is chapter 4, harnessing the power of big more. If you read about this, the big more will only come when you have created the momentum. So momentum comes, and I looked at our runner, dear Faith Kipyegon, when she wanted to achieve her goal of 4 minutes. Although she didn't make it, but if you looked at her when she was running, when she saw the finishing line, the momentum was there. Although she didn't make it, but she's fulfilled, she tried. Look at Phelps, that is a swimmer. Took 12 years to win gold medals. You can imagine 12 years. 12 years with discipline and all this. But what do we do? Like I told you, I think I did 1 year, 1 full year, discipline, exercise, doing everything. But when I now got, I'm okay. Now I went back to the bad habits. And bad habits have momentum. My friend, bad habits have momentum. You find if you take, like Coach Loice, you can take 10 years to be where you are. But bad habits, 5 years, you will be where you're not supposed to be. So the power of patience, you have to be patient to become who you want to be. The routine. What are the routines you're putting in place in order to succeed? I would say about reading. I would find myself every time when people are in chapter 4, I'm in chapter 1. Then I'll stay a whole week. People are in chapter 7, I'm now in chapter 2. But now I created that routine. I said every 5 in the evening, not in the morning, because okay, where I was, evening had more time than daytime. So morning, I just used to do the meditation, the breathing, deep breathing, and all that. Then in the evening, you work out. So after workout, I used to sit and read, and I ensured I will never be behind. I would rather be ahead of people, but I'll never be behind. And that routine, when I created it, that after workout, I sit and read. I found myself when people are finishing the book, I'm either ahead or I'm just where they are. So I would say the power of routine. When your goal is saving a certain amount of money, then one has to put a rhythm of weekly, monthly, and yearly. So what was my why here? Clear this debt, clear this debt B, clear debt C, save on this. So I became heavy on investment because what was my why? Grace, your retirement now. I'm almost retiring. Where is the generational wealth? So the why is when you're retiring, who do you become? I look at the African culture. You have to take care of your parents. Our parents are sick. Like Lois said, the father has dementia. My father also has dementia. My mother has arthritis. So you find that you have a budget for your parents. And the lessons now are picked from it. Do I really want my children to be taking care of me? No. So I should start now. The multiplier effect for me to have a comfortable life when I'm retiring should start now. So what am I doing? I save. I am in money markets, I'm in Mansa X, I'm in circles, and I'm very, very disciplined on this because of what I have seen that I take so much money to ensure that my parents are okay. That money, if I didn't have to take care of my parents, that money would have gone somewhere. But now what have I done? I said, now, when I'm retiring, I don't want anyone to take care of me. I want my money to work for me. That even if I'm down, I can actually afford a caregiver. I can afford someone who can do my diet. So that is my why. That the lessons I've picked for taking care of my parents, now I've put them. Grace, when you are 80, what do you want to do? Who do you want to become? So I've saved and saved and saved. And the debts, sometimes you overlook at the debts because you want to save, to invest. So I have saved and invested. And I said, now let me go slow on paying debts because now the debts that are there, they are not now so disturbing. I've done away with the small ones. So now these are the debts. Let me do 40% you pay your debts, but 60% you save and invest. So that when it comes to that 8-year-old, when you're 8-year-old, money can work for you. So my why is that when I'm retiring, I want to have a comfortable life. You can decide how to start and end your day every day if you put in place an execution plan. So in the morning, what do? You see, in the morning before people wake up, you can decide what to do. In the evening, when you leave that work, you can decide. It is your choice. You see, this book tells us that your choices are your responsibility. So early in the morning, you can decide what to do. And so you see, in the morning when I looked at I was in a different country. When I looked at my time, I said, this is what I will be doing in the morning because I'm unable to work out in the morning. But I pushed it to the evening because evening I have more time. So I pushed to the evening, working out and reading so that I'm on and I also listen to many podcasts and relevant podcasts. The goals in your vision board must be revised daily so as not to lag behind. So in the morning when I wake up, I look at my vision board and I track where am I? Where am I supposed to be? I had said half of the year has gone. Where are you? And I can say I have I am actually on track. Things are going well because of having that discipline. Then have an accountability partner to keep you on your toes. Guess what? Who my accountability partner is my own son. When they tell of ethic account, we opened an account with him, and he's very strict. He tells me we said we will be here. Where are we? And you see, that accountability. He used to call me and tell me, I hope today you've exercised. I hope today you've done this. I hope today. And he keeps me on my toe. Shake it up. Routines can be boring, and so you have to spice up your routine by putting new ingredients in your life. I can say I'm a team leader in so many groups. So my meetings now have been spiced up by adventure and visiting children's home in the area we visit. We normally have AGMs. I think I have like 5 different groups, forums that I'm a team leader. So we've decided our AGMs, no more sitting in Nairobi, having meetings, doing what? We will be having road trips. We go for road trips. We look for a children's home near there. We go see, and then we have our AGM the following day. So we have spiced up our meetings, and people are very excited about it. So we'll start our first meeting August. August will have an AGM of one of my forums, and we are going to Namanga. And we will visit our children's home there because we are looking at, can we now give back to the society? So you see, when you spice that meeting and you find now so many people have, even those who are just appearing virtually in the meeting, now they are so present in the meeting. So we've attracted so many people because of this spicing up there, the routines. How do you get into a reading? When you create a reading, the big mall knocks on your door effortlessly. This is about the momentum. When I started exercising, now becoming very serious with my exercise, doing taking away heat away from my diet and all this, you'll find that by 5, you're even wondering, will this 5 come up? So by 5, what I did, what makes you remember that you have to do? My gym clothes and everything. At 2, they are on my bed. All my gym attire, they're on my bed at 2. So by 5, there's no excuse. And whether I am busy or not, 5 to 6, you don't disturb. And everyone knew that 5 to 6, there's something I'm doing. So I never used to put anything there unless it's an emergency. I like the register of the reading. The register that in that book, it's very, very nice. So I told my son, this is the register we will be using. So we have created a register for ourselves. And he's saying, oh, this is so wonderful. So we started actually on Monday. We are ticking. But I'm telling you now, say this week, I've not been working out at all. I think because of the jet lag and everything, I've been very tired. No, when we reached Doha, there was a problem. Because of this Iran, whatever, we had to be rescheduled. No flights were landing in Doha. So we went all the way to Saudi Arabia. And guess what? We stayed in that airport for 14 good hours. Then back to Doha. Doha, we stayed for 13 good hours. So the body has really refused. I think now the effects of you're not sleeping well, you're just there. So this week I'm just relaxing, no exercise, no nothing, because my body, I feel it's not very right. But next week, now I will be on my feet again. It is an awesome tool for accountability. Tracking your goals on a weekly basis is very important and keeps you in check. Action points are on the vision board and the core values and the wheel of life. If you look at your vision board, get your core values and the wheel of life. Let me tell you, you will have that mojo. You'll have the why power. Why are you doing this? If it's for family, how do you want your family to be? If it's for leisure, how do you want your leisure to be? I think the wheel of life is where you get your core values from and you work on that. Then now you have this reading register. I think that one will shake you up. Hmm. So that is the end of my presentation. Asante sana, and God bless you all.
Wow. Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let us celebrate Dr. Neema in the chat. She has done an amazing job. Neema has been with us, inspiring us in the Woman of Excellence. She just graduated the other day with her PhD. She has told us the story. She had shared with me the story, how she had taken so much time and how she was able to navigate through that space, the woman she is becoming. And I'm so happy, Dr. Grace, that you are here. You have a testimony. You have a testimony. Keep on inspiring us. Let's celebrate Dr. Grace in the chat. I can't even believe it. It's already 9 ladies. And I'm so happy that we are done with the speakers. We had one more, Dr. Olive from Mombasa, but she was not able to join us. And it is as well okay, because we will not have accommodated her. So what have we been saying, ladies? That we have been saying that you can ignite new possibilities. How? By doing those simple, small things repeatedly and long enough to ignite the miracle of the compound effect. You will never be able to change your life until you change something that you do daily. That's why you've realized that in all our conversations, we've been talking about daily, daily, daily. It's not once in a while, but daily. So I think that one we have gotten that so well. And I think now we've come to the end. Welcome to season 20. Those who have not joined us, we kick off tomorrow. Right now, I'm just going to remove people who have not paid. I'm going to lock the group. So if you are joining us, kindly pay and DM the transaction. So thank you so much. I am so happy. Season 20 will take you to the next level, from reading to leading. To fuel your growth, to empower your life so that we can ignite new possibilities. And with those few remarks, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking your time to be with us today, just to put down those lessons that we have learned today. So I am so happy, and I am glad season 19 is over. Onwards to season 20. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Thank you all. I can see your chats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you and good night. Asante.